What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is Get Up and Get Better.
Get better. Go get it.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you for tuning in. For those who don't know, I am Jay Kozak. I am your host, and this is Get Up and Get Better. Today's episode is going to be, it's one of those episodes where miscellaneous things that I saw throughout the week, I wanted to share. And we have a wide range of people and ideas to share today. And I'm going to start with one that I saw on TikTok, and I've seen it in the past, and I saw my friend share it on Facebook, Jeff, and it's on Elon Musk. And a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about Elon Musk, but when you see this one, you cannot help but feel that this guy is completely passionate about what he's doing. And here we go.
SpaceX's lack of experience bothers some NASA legends like Apollo astronauts Neil Armstrong and Gene Cernan.
Now is the time to overrule this administration's pledge to mediocrity.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight and the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. You know, I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here, and I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So they're hoping they would?
Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
SpaceX. That was awesome to watch. I remember watching it for the first time, and I just felt so bad for him because I can't imagine doing what you love and doing it because you were inspired by your heroes, and then they don't approve of it. And there's two takeaways that I got from this, and I'm sure other people have a couple other ones. Takeaway one for me was maybe that those heroes just lost sight of their impact, and they don't realize, time has passed from when they were doing what they were doing, and they just lost sight of that curiosity and that knowledge to always have that hunger to try something new. And it's not really a reflection of him. I think maybe they just lost sight of what they used to be and what type of impact that they had. And I think takeaway two for me is, look, your heroes sometimes won't approve of what you're doing. The people that you looked up to your whole life, maybe they won't approve of it. But if you know in your heart that it's what you want to do, then you have to just prove them wrong as well. And it doesn't mean that you have to stop looking at them as heroes, because that will never change. They inspired you, but just because they inspired you doesn't mean you're necessarily going to inspire them unless you prove it, and that you prove it to yourself, and that you accomplish it. And then you'll change their minds, and you could still be a hero to them, but maybe you just got to show them what it has. And SpaceX launched. I mean, I'm sure that since this came out, they might be looking at it a little differently, because I think Elon Musk will do whatever he has to do to prove himself, especially after having that experience. And I wish him the best of luck, because I want to see him do great things. I think he's changing the world each day. Now, another thing my Uncle Anthony sent me was from a movie I saw years ago. Really loved it. Ray Liotta, Sylvester Stallone, and it's from the movie Copland. And he's talking to Stallone's character in it about perpetual motion. And we're going to...
And you got to get there. But there's lights, right? All over the city, red lights.
You go through the red lights.
Sure, you fire up the roof, you wail, you go through the red lights, but that's slow. Freddy, fighting your way through traffic. The goal is perpetual motion. You want greens. But how do you ensure the greens? You can't. As in life, in traffic. So what you do is you leave yourself an out. At every corner, you leave yourself an alternative. You move diagonal. You turn the wheel when you hit a red light. But you don't drive down Broadway to get to Broadway. If you move diagonal, you're gonna get perpetual motion. That's what you want.
But how does this apply to what you were saying inside?
It applies, Freddy! It's just as easy to tail a man walking in front of him. Now you butt heads with these friends of ours, you're gonna...
So, perpetual motion. I think that this was a really interesting concept. It actually took me a couple watches to really come up with my thought on it, my idea on it. And your end goal's here, and there's a lot of stuff that's blocking you from it, right? And say you're trying to go straight at it, take it head on, which I'm a big advocate for. But sometimes if you stop, you're going to lose that motion to keep moving forward. You hit a roadblock and you're just going to, knock over and think, oh, there's no way to keep going forward. But if you take a diagonal turn and you keep that motion going, you'll find your way back on the trail eventually, because once you have that motion and it doesn't stop, you have to keep going somewhere. And eventually you're going to end up at where you want to end up and at your goal and what you want to achieve. And perpetual motion is a positive in the sense that motion is what keeps you going, and when you stop, there's nothing to keep you motivated to regain that motion sometimes. And I appreciate my uncle sending me that, because it really jogged my mind a little bit trying to think of how you can apply that. And another thing I sent to my mom this week, my mom's a big Jenifer Lopez fan, and she always has been, and I think that this popped up on my TikTok, and it's a motivational site by the Quote Bibles. I'll give them a shout out because they have a really nice page, and they posted this quote of Jenifer Lopez, and I really liked it. I'm going to play it.
Oh, from my own experience and my own life and other people that I work with, that you don't have to have a degree to have value or to, be of tremendous worth to different businesses. That street smarts, that experience, this kind of internal, kind of creative know-how is just as valuable as a degree.
So that was a real quick one, but I think it sends home a message that knowledge is obtained in many places, and I wouldn't be who I am today without my college experience. It really helped and shaped me, but everyone takes a different path in life, and no matter what path that they're on, the only thing that is the most important at the end of the day is work ethic. You need a great work ethic to achieve in college, and you need a great work ethic to achieve doing a job that involves your hands and your mind. And I think that is a really great message for her. She didn't go to college, and look at her. I mean, she's one of the most famous people on this planet, and she didn't have a college education, and she worked really hard. So never count out anyone just because they didn't take the same path as you. And to end, I'm going to use my song of the day today, which is High Hopes, High Hopes. So, and actually I'm going to keep going. Mama said, fulfill the prophecy, be something greater, go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days, we wanted everything. We wanted everything. So, I think that's a great message, for me, my mom, my dad, they always encouraged me to go fulfill what I wanted to fulfill. But my favorite lyrics from this is, didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling. Sometimes you don't know how you're going to get there. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to begin, but all you need to have are high hopes. If you have high hopes, you're already living life the right way. Because people who don't have high hopes, that they just think that life's a dead end and life's a constant struggle, all you need is high hopes. That's all you need to have. Have hope. Because without hope, you have nothing. And without having hope, you will never know what it is to feel like you are not good enough and to get better. Thank you, everyone. I will see you next episode.